What's up, folks? Your buddy Fatalroadie. Tonight we're doing a Raw recap. We opened up with Randy Orton going out to the ring. Then we have a recap of the riveting unsanctioned match from last week. Orton gives us a history lesson, touts up his accolades, but Orton says something is missing. He wants to be WWE champion again. Orton runs down McIntyre, but does give him props for beating Brock Lesnar. Orton says McIntyre has a problem. He has what Orton wants, which is the WWE title. Orton gives a challenge to McIntyre for SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. Orton starts walking up the ramp. Nia Jax comes out for her turn on the microphone. She says that she wants to be Raw Women's Champion. She's shortly interrupted by Shayna Baszler. She says nobody gives a damn. Nia Jax lays her out. They start fighting. Referees come out, break everything up. Then we come back from the commercial and the Street Profits are in the ring. They're there to introduce the competitors for the triple threat match. The Viking Raiders versus Angel Garza and Andrade versus Ricochet and Cedric Alexander for the #1 contender for the Raw tag titles. Just to start things off, Garza and Andrade start jumping everybody. As soon as the match starts, Garza and Andrade take a powder out on ringside. Ricochet and Alexander and the Viking Raiders chase him back into the ring, so now we have a full triple threat match. As with most of these multi-man matches, for me, it's the usual chaos. Everybody gets their shots in. Angel Garza hit the wing clipper on Cedric Alexander, gets the win. It was a predictable match. Alexander and Ricochet were basically there just to eat the pin, and being that Andrade and Garza were the only heel team, it was a shoo-in that they were going to win to face the Street Profits. After the match, Garza and Andrade face off with the Street Profits. The heels beat down the Street Profits, run off. Alright. Then we got Shayna Baszler versus Nia Jax. They really didn't wait for this match to start. They went straight at each other. And it went nowhere because the fighting spilled out to ringside. They both get counted out. What the fuck? Wasted time. It looked like it could have been a good match. On paper, it could have been, but why did we just waste time if we're just going to get a count out? So for the Hour 2 talk segment, we got Seth Rollins and Murphy coming out. Rollins talks about Extreme Rules and taking out Aleister Black. But Rollins isn't in a good mood because Dominic is here tonight. Seth calls out Dominic. He comes out rather hesitantly. Rollins says that nobody's going to hurt him. Where have we heard that one before? Rollins tries to reason with Dominic, but Dominic attacks. That didn't go too well because Murphy jumps in. Then Rollins and Murphy beat down on Dominic. Rollins starts eyeballing the steps, yelling at everybody saying it isn't his fault. Aleister Black then comes running in trying to make the save, but ends up getting beaten down. Rollins nails Black with the curb stomp. Rollins is eyeballing the steps yet again, tells Murphy that he has to do what he thinks is best, demanding Murphy take out Black by jamming his eye into the steps. Buddy Murphy then complies, jams Black's eye into the steps. Alright, they start going after Dominic, but he chases him off, beating him down with a kendo stick. We then get more talk with the VIP lounge. MVP, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin are in the ring. MVP introduces his guest, Mustafa Ali. MVP tries to recruit Ali into the Hurt business. Ali says no. R-Truth runs in, tackles down Shelton Benjamin, tries to pin him, fails, runs away. So we got our next match, Bobby Lashley versus Mustafa Ali. Shelton Benjamin and MVP are sitting at ringside. Bobby Lashley has most of the offense through this match. Partway through, Akira Tozawa comes running in. He tries to pin Shelton Benjamin, fails, and the Hurt Business beat down on Akira and his ninja party. Mustafa Ali tries to make a comeback but ends up tapping out to the full Nelson, so Bobby Lashley wins. We then have another recap of the Sasha Banks and Asuka story. Sasha Banks and Bayley come walking out to the ring. Banks calls Stephanie McMahon a bully, and she's jealous of Banks and Bayley because they run the company. So we got our next match, Asuka versus Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's title. Kairi Sane runs off Bayley. That's going to be a plot point later. This was a good match. At one point, Sasha Banks tried to pull a Eddie Guerrero and get Asuka disqualified. Unfortunately, the referee saw what she was trying to do. Both Asuka and Sasha Banks were countering each other at every turn. Like I said, really good match. As Asuka was starting to get the upper hand up on the Titantron, Bayley was beaten down on Kairi Sane pretty bad. Asuka leaves Sasha Banks in the ring, starts to run backstage. The referee counts Asuka out, and now Sasha Banks is now the new Raw Women's Champion. It's at this point WWE puts up a memorial for Regis Philbin, who passed away this weekend. Regis showed up on WWE TV quite a few times, and he had quite a few WWE superstars on his talk show. I really didn't watch the talk show all that much. Usually it was on in the background if I was sitting at one place, but it is sad to see him pass. Then we got Murphy versus Umberto Carrillo. This was a decent match. There was a lot of action in this match. Umberto's doing a lot of flying around. Both Murphy and Carrillo was putting a whole lot through this whole match. Murphy hits the Murphy's Law, gets the win. Then we got a recap of the Dolph Ziggler-Drew McIntyre Extreme Rules match. Drew McIntyre comes out, gets on the microphone, and addresses Randy Orton. He says it's official. At SummerSlam, Randy Orton will face Drew McIntyre for the WWE title. He starts to address Ziggler. He comes out. McIntyre says that the stipulation for this match is going to be an Extreme Rules match. It's kind of funny how it was supposed to be for the title, but that was quietly removed. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure it's because they're trying to get Randy Orton into it. But anyways, on to the match is Extreme Rules. Drew McIntyre starts off really strong. At one point, hucking tables and chairs into the ring. After a low blow, Ziggler takes over. This is a decent match. There was a lot of back and forth. McIntyre hit the Claymore kick on Ziggler into a table, got the pin. As McIntyre was celebrating, Randy Orton came running in, hits the RKO, and stands tall over McIntyre holding the WWE title. And at this point, we end tonight's Raw. Tonight's Raw, it was decent. I did like it, but it starts off the usual way. We had we had more than that. I had damn near 20 minutes of nothing but fucking talk. The match starts off, it started off on a low and then progressed. Actually, it was reversed. It actually got better as the night progressed. There were a few matches that really could have been done without. There was one match, not Sasha Banks, Shayna Baszler versus Nia Jax. That was a waste. It was just pretty much just setting up their feud. But like I said, it ended off on a good note. I liked it. And that'll do it for this episode of Raw Recap. I'll be back on Friday for the SmackDown review. Leave a comment down below what you thought of tonight's Raw, what you thought about this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See ya.